There she is. It's Lord Zash's apprentice. Surely she knows.
You wouldn't tell us if she did.
Warpain's brigan iswis buidan.
Still, it doesn't hurt to ask, does it?
Colonel, let it rest.
I will not let it rest. Everyone knows Lord Zash was at the party when Scotia was killed, and yet everyone knows she killed him. She somehow devised a way of being in two places at once. If I let it rest, we'll all be dead.
Don't be silly. I'm the one who killed Scotia.
Now you're the one who's being silly.
I wouldn't underestimate her, Colonel. She looks dangerous enough to me.
But a Dark Lord of the Sith? She's only an apprentice, Calaveras. Please, you must tell me. How did Zash kill Darth Scotia?
Lord Zash is innocent.
Clearly she's not going to tell you, Colonel. Let it rest.
Fine then, fine. But I'm warning you, Calaveras. Lord Zash is becoming too powerful too quickly. Since when has anyone in the history of the Sith committed a murder so brazenly, yet made it appear that she was somewhere else the entire time? It's enough to wake the Emperor, I tell you.
Perfect timing, apprentice. I just met with that insufferable Thanaton, and I have good news.
Who is this Darth Thanaton?
Darth Thanaton sits just below the Dark Council in authority. He commands me, he commands you. Scotia was his little pet, but the other council members were more impressed with our little sleight of hand. You would have been proud of me. I went into a reprimand, but I emerged a Darth.
You've certainly earned it.
I did more than you realize. Nevertheless, what's important is that we are finally free to act. Remember the map you found on Korriban that pointed us to the power of Tulak Horde? The first piece of that artifact, that power, is here on JunoDromKaas. This piece is in the deepest chamber of the Dark Temple. Scotia always hoarded the key to the chamber like a Hutt hoards his credits. Now I have Scotia's title, his chambers, his research, and his key. He always said I would enter the Dark Temple over his rusting corpse. However, I won't be the one to go into the Dark Temple. You will.
Why me?
Taupain aipain karahita bawarp.
Before I went to Korriban to choose an apprentice, a furious apparition awakened in the Dark Temple, implacable in its anger, murdering all who trespassed on the innermost chamber. But I had a dream. An apprentice of low origin humbled himself, or herself as it happened, before the apparition, pacifying it. That's why you and your peers were chosen.
Wait, you want me to bow to this apparition?
You must go into the temple and face the apparition. And when you do, I believe that your humility will be the key. Still, I want you to know, I'm not certain you're the one from my dream. I fear I may be sending you to your death.
Don't worry about me, Master.
You're right. You retrieved the holocron from Korriban when no one else could. If that's not proof of your destiny, I don't know what is. Tulak Horde's power awaits us both. We must not lose sight of this goal. Use this glyph to enter the innermost chamber of the Dark Temple. Humble yourself before the apparition, and bring back the piece of the artifact.
Sai galut saira, iswis us urf bendan, ja atnam, in puidangarja.
I've sent 3 separate expeditions into the Dark Temple. Not one has returned. I can't say for sure what's going on, but people who go in there, they don't come back.
What makes you say that?
Sounds I heard coming out of that place would send a Rancor running, if it was smart enough to run. You can survive the Dark Temple. I beg you to do me, and more importantly, the Empire a favor. The expeditions I sent in were looking for specific data. I can spare the manpower, they were slaves mostly, but the data is essential.
What kind of data was it?
We were studying a recent increase in seismic activity in the area, including possible damage to the temple itself. The slaves from the expeditions were equipped with data pads to store the data they collected. Bring back those data pads. This information's vital to future construction on JunoDromKaas. It's not glamorous, but will you help?
I can absolutely do that.
Amazing. Fantastic. Your help is invaluable. I'll mark the location the expedition last signaled from on your map. It's the best I can do.
At last, the Dark Council has answered my petitions and sent a fine young Sith to help secure the temple.
I'm not here to secure the temple.
Of course, I've been ignored again. How stupid of me. If you're here, however, you must have the authority to enter the Dark Temple. You could still save this planet.
You have my complete, undivided attention.
The Dark Temple is ancient, built during a previous incarnation of our Empire. 1,000 years ago, our own Emperor buried his enemies here. These enemies remain powerful, even in death, which is why the temple was sealed. But now, something terrible has happened.
Why bury the enemies of the Emperor with honor?
To appease them if they were to wake, of course. With the Emperor's attention elsewhere, a group of ambitious but ignorant Sith thought to gain power by raiding the temple. They didn't find the relics they sought. Instead, they awoke an ancient Sith Lord, Lord Calig, and their expedition plunged into madness.
What was this expedition? How many people were lost?
At least 100. Several Sith, slaves, soldiers, experts. All stupid. Because Lord Calig died by ambush, I believe he awakened unaware of his own death, and his expectations became reality for those around him. His power overwhelmed all inside the temple, and even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Calig himself.
What do you want me to do?
I care not about the fighting itself, only what it may cause. There are still more ancient Sith Lords whose spirits lay dormant in the temple. If the ancient Sith Lords are woken by the violence within, they could overrun JunoDromKaas.
Let's keep them napping.
I have studied all of the burial chambers within. Each was made with the same ancient design, one we can exploit. If you fuse the 500-kilogram hinges on each tomb door, even a violent assault should not be able to wake the ancients.
What exactly does this entail?
The team I sent in earlier was using a massive metal torch, effective but slow, I'm afraid. They did not make it far. The torch must be recovered, and the doors of the ancients sealed. Do you dare approach the great Nil Venerus, Lord of the Sith, Master of the Undying Darkness? Answer me. What insolence brings you to this place, slave?
I will not tell you again. I am not a slave. I'm Sith.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
Of course I'm not a puppet.
Then whatever it is that's doing this is losing its hold. I was part of an expedition sent by the Empire to measure strange activity in the Dark Temple. But soon after we entered, we all became different people. I became the mighty Lord Venerus, and the others became my obedient followers and servants.
Wait, you said you were part of an expedition?
We were gathering data for the Empire, and then we were all suddenly possessed. It's strange that you seem to be unaffected. In fact, it's strange to find you here at all. I thought the Imperials gave up sending people in here. What exactly are you doing here?
I was sent after your expedition.
So, the Imperials haven't given up on getting their precious data, after all. This is lucky. You see, ever since I came to my senses, I've been worried that my followers will begin to doubt my leadership. I can't lose my power. I can't go back to being a slave. But maybe we can help each other.
You have my complete, undivided attention.
All I ask is that you find the symbols of Lord Venerous's power. They were looted from his tomb by the people possessed by Venerous's enemies. The symbols will help me reinforce my followers' belief in me, lock them in their dream.
I bring the symbols, and you give the data.
Be careful. Venerous's old enemies will put up a good fight. My network of spies reports that you crushed my enemies underfoot and found the symbols of power I requested.
It's right here. Have it.
I, too, have been very busy. Here is the data my servants collected before the temple transformed them. Let the Empire make of it what they will.
I am most grateful.
You're welcome. Oh, and there's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So I'd be grateful when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
You're really every bit as conniving as the real thing. You know that?
Yes. I do think I've finally found my true calling. I can assure you, my gratitude, if you send more slaves to be my followers, will not be insubstantial.
Enter and hear me. You mustn't kneel. I would gain no satisfaction from it. So, you've finally found our hidden temple. It's long since time. The followers of the Dark Path battle my forces, and your cruelty is needed.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
Fool! I am Farshal, Dark Lord of the Sith, and you stand within my domain. I oversaw this temple's construction, and I have ruled the jungle ever since. Now you will serve me.
You look more like a workman than a Sith.
My robes and helm were won in battle against Lord Vacuous. My lightsaber burns with the light of a star, and you dare question me? Now do as I require, and the riches of the temple will be yours. The teachings of the Dark Path lured my apprentice Anyara away, but I will have her back. You will retrieve her from the temple depths.
I don't understand. What's the Dark Path?
How can you not know? The other Dark Lords founded the Path to lure away my students. I do not know how my rivals reached my apprentice, but I know where she went. The Dark Path hides near here. Kill the followers of the Dark Path. Fight your way to their altar, and Anyara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength. Now you have seen the power of a Dark Lord of the Sith. Now we are finished.
You may be Sith, but something's very strange here.
The followers of the Dark Path are not far. Go, and I will await you.
Stay back! I don't know you. You aren't of the Dark Path. She whispers to me, tells me to go back to Lord Farshal, that I belong to Farshal, but it's wrong. Something's wrong.
You must be Lord Farshal's apprentice. He sent me to find you.
Yes. No. I was someone else. Before I came to the temple, I was powerful. I was Sith. But she keeps saying I'm an apprentice. Just an apprentice. And I hate her. But my hate isn't making me strong enough.
Who are you, if not an apprentice?
I came into the temple from the city. I remember the lights of the citadel, and then she pushed it all away. She says she's Anyara. She says we serve Farshal. She says there's no city out there, just jungle. Tell me who's right. Am I the temple apprentice Anyara, or is she lying? Is the city outside real?
Kaas City is real. It's where you're from. This temple is all wrong.
I knew it! Curse her! She's still in my head, but she's my enemy, and I am Sith. I can defeat her. I will.
Is there nothing I can do to help?
No. I'm struggling, but I'm also remembering. It takes concentration. I came from Kaas City, like you. But the temple makes people think strange things, remember being different people. I'm not an apprentice. That workman, he isn't Lord Farshall. But we thought we were. We played the roles. We even had the power.
Were your friends here possessed, too?
These people, they were slaves, archaeologists. All of them sent in from the city, all of them influenced.
I don't know how long my mind will stay my own, so I need to leave here now.
What am I supposed to tell Lord Farshall?
Tell him I'm dead. It doesn't matter. I suggest you leave the temple quickly, before thoughts enter your head too.
My spies tell me you found the Dark Path, and it seems you survived their fury. Did you find Anyara? Did you see my apprentice there?
I found her, but she didn't make it back. The Dark Path got her.
I am disappointed. I thought you would serve me better. But perhaps Anyara was already lost. You may leave with your life. Take this reward, a token in acknowledgement of your efforts, and go.
I still have questions for you, Lord Farshall.
Do not try my patience. Go from here now.
Hello, stranger. My internal chronometer tells me it has been exactly 963 years since this hologram was made. Have the Sith truly lived in fear of me for so long?
Who are you?
I am, or was, SWTOR, a born Sith and follower of the Force. Like so many before me, I challenged the Emperor and was buried in this temple. Fortunately, I had just enough time to make this, an interactive image that would transmit my secrets to whomever was bold enough to find my tomb and unlock it.
Actually, I was trying to seal up this door for good.
Then it's true. The Sith still cower in fear of insignificant me. The way of the Sith lies in channeling the Force through the use of powerful emotions. Fear is the chief of these. The Sith feed on palpable dread.
I am a master of Sith philosophy, and you presume to teach me.
It's a lie. Fear is a lie. Passion, a lie. Fear gives temporary power, and passion is easily manipulated. Real strength in the Force comes when one is no longer afraid. And one can purge fear when one stops grasping after power, after things, after life itself, and allows the Force to guide him. There is only the Force.
It's nothing like the Sith philosophy I've heard about.
Sith philosophy claims to break its followers' chains, but instead traps them in their own fear. What I learned only lives on through this image and its device. Yet I am one with the Force, eternal and at peace. Take them. Take my teachings to the Sith. They will find power there, but a different kind. Not of darkness, but light.
The world must know what you've learned.
The Sith should know fear is not the only way. As for me, my message is concluded. I will now depart.
Yes. I have been waiting for you. I felt your movements in the Force, and they stirred me from my nightmare. I am still too weak to leave, but I knew if I made myself enough of a nuisance, you would eventually come. The Sith throw flesh endlessly at what they cannot control, And here you are, blood of my blood. Here you are.
What are you talking about?
You don't know me. Has our family fallen so far that the daughter of my daughters does not know the name of Calig, the name so long revered in the annals of the Sith?
You are my descendant. By how many generations I do not know. But know this. Your strength in the Force has awakened me from my stupor.
I thought I was crazy.
Do not mock me, child. You do not even begin to understand who you are dealing with. When the weaklings of this planet trespassed my tomb, I rose, resuming my former life. This temple became my kingdom, and I was once more a lord of the Sith. But when you first grasped the hilt of your lightsaber, I knew my hour had come and gone. That your strength, not mine, would return our family to glory.
But I'm a former slave.
That is my shame. I was once one of the greatest lords of the Sith. If I'd been wiser, I could have secured my family's greatness. But I let down my guard and was betrayed by a man called Tulak Hord, whom I trusted as a friend.
I places amins wijheids fools, gawendida seek from Tauhans.
Ha! Your master is dead, beast. You serve the child of Calig now. Flesh of my flesh, you should teach your servant to obey.
I defeated him once. I can control him.
Such confidence, such pride. In restoring our bloodline to glory, you must not make the same mistake. Treachery is the Sith's endless game. You must win it.
Just because you were betrayed doesn't mean I will be.
Ah, such foolish innocence. I had the same naive, foolish innocence. And now... Look around you at my loyal subjects. See how they betray and murder each other, masters and apprentices alike. Beware your master. Beware your apprentice. Never be taken by surprise. Do these things, and you will be unstoppable. But you have not come to see me. You have come for the artifact I managed to wrest from Tulak Hord before he died. Take the artifact, but be careful. I know not what it does. Only that betrayal follows it everywhere.
I'll use caution.
I hunger for the day when our power will be restored. We will meet again.
Apprentice, do you have the artifact yet?
I have the artifact in hand.
Of course. Brilliant. Magnificent. Hurry back to Scotia's, my chambers. I cannot wait to see this artifact. And I have a surprise for you.
What kind of surprise?
Trust me, you'll love it. Now hurry back with the artifact. I can't wait.
Ah, The only thing more powerful than the Dark Temple. Any luck getting that data?
Here's your data, as promised.
Hey, you actually came through. Can't say I was expecting that. Can't say it's not a relief. Now we can finally stop sending expeditions in there, wasting all those slaves who should be building monuments to the Empire.
Slaves shouldn't be collecting data anyway.
My superiors may feel differently, but I tend to agree with you on that point. Anyway, I believe that concludes our business here. Goodbye then, and thanks for the data. Your service to the Empire will not be forgotten.
You're back. I hope you sealed the chambers of the ancients, SWTOR's chamber especially. I'm terrified to think what would happen if SWTOR and his crazed ideas were to re-emerge.
Actually, I brought something from SWTOR here.
What? What's this? How could you? No, I want no part of this. Please, destroy it. Bury it. Steal it away.
That's not fear I smell, is it?
Clearly you don't understand. Throughout history, the light has endeavored to destroy the darkness. The Emperor was right to murder SWTOR for his heresy. Peace, serenity, words for the stifling of the very emotions that drive us.
Wouldn't it be wise to learn the teachings of our enemy?
No, that's not... Wait. Yes, I think I understand your reasoning. Fine. I will take the teachings of SWTOR and study them so that the darkness may prevail over the light. Now, please leave. The temple is safe, and I must take these teachings back to my chambers and make sure they're secure.
Fantastic, apprentice. You're just in time for my surprise. Since you left for the Dark Temple, I've been reading and reading and reading. Scotia's chambers are a treasure trove of research. Now, who would have thought a man like that had such a curious intellect? It almost makes me regret that we had to kill him. But let me see this wonderful artifact you found.
It's right here. Have it.
Excellent. Magnificent. It all begins here, apprentice. But tell me, how did you manage to pacify the apparition?
Apparently, he was my ancestor.
Remarkable. A slave's lost ancestor turns up in the Dark Temple, and I sense your incredible destiny doesn't stop there. I've been studying Tulak Hord's artifacts closely for some time, and one glance at this one you've brought back confirms everything I've suspected. These artifacts will change everything, apprentice. You especially. They will make you more powerful than you could imagine. I have foreseen it.
What do the artifacts do exactly?
This artifact is one of 5 that together describe a peculiar ritual used by the great Tulak Hord when he conquered the Drummond system. Until I have all the artifacts, I cannot understand the full nature of the ritual, but I have foreseen that you alone will wield the ritual's power. The artifacts are scattered across the galaxy, some hidden by Tulak Hord himself, and some wrenched from his hands by betrayers. Documents and Scotia's effects point to Balmora and Nar Shaddaa, but I will need to do more research to locate the other 2.
I'll get started right away.
It's not much to go on, but I will continue my work behind the scenes to get you more information. But first, I believe I mentioned a surprise earlier. If you're going to find these artifacts, you'll need a ship, and so I have ordered you one. All you need to do is pick it up.
For me? You're too kind.
Yes, you've earned it. You'll find your ship at the spaceport. Then the galaxy is yours to explore. Don't forget to contact me when you reach each planet for more information on the artifacts' locations. Good luck and good hunting.
Ababarna habens, Glaubena, ni in usakwai, usiterens apipao. Aklausay unsaf pama ubilin. Usatida sin, fara alaim, jaal in ima, jahaban iten.
At least I'm not a corpse.
Jinasiwe jaalaize nam nadize. Ustaupaim ai sijai in alam is frumadain habans. Gamid ist franjan, kupainanan.
Not many people lock their allies in stasis for centuries.
Iswarim ja algamboze uspalib. Ni havashun isquis, kaijukai, wijans in haumanai.
Greetings. I am 2VR8, factotum droid for this vessel. You must be my new master. Gentle, kind new master.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's your function aboard my ship?
I am programmed for a wide array of tasks, including but not limited to meal preparation, ship maintenance, janitorial duty, and etiquette. Welcome aboard this Fury-class Imperial Interceptor, a versatile craft combining a starfighter's maneuverability with armament to rival larger military vessels. You'll find all of the standard amenities, including your own private captain's locker for storing valuables. The astrogation console contains a constantly updated map of the known galaxy. Interstellar communications are accessed via the ship's holoterminal. Priority alerts that you may find useful are available from the Imperial HoloNet console. Lastly, the ship's intercom will inform your crew that you wish to issue new orders. Any questions, Master?
Are you at least capable of providing security while I'm not aboard?
I regret I am unable to offer you combat support, Master. Frankly, my chassis couldn't withstand the stress. However, should any errands arise that are beneath your superior status, please do not hesitate to call upon me. I function to serve you. Whenever you are ready to depart, consult the galaxy map on your bridge. It will program the proper astrogation coordinates and activate the engines.